What's up, y'all? I'm December.
And I'm Shinye.
And welcome to a brand new podcast called The Coulture. The Coulture is a collective of people who have a passion for all things creative.
And now we are starting a podcast to tap into the minds of other creatives who share that same passion.
Each episode, The Coulture is bringing you artists that we believe are creating their very own culture.
From their upbringing to their influences.
We want to know what inspires them to do what they do.
They pulling up like grave sites.
Not a grave sites.
That's messed
up. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to The Coulture Podcast. I'm Shinye.
I'm December.
And we have a special guest with us today.
Hello, I'm Devyn Sawyer.
Devyn Sawyer. What's up?
How are you guys?
Good. One of my favorite artists.
Ooh, high
Yeah.
praise.
Oh, yeah.
You.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Coming off an EP.
Yes, I released my little Sad Girl EP, and then
I'm sorry, did you say Sad Girl?
Yeah.
EP? Why?
Yeah.
Is that?
I really dove in with the sad vibes on my EP.
Ooh.
And then really played with that black and white era.
Okay.
It's called Tears in the Mattress.
Okay.
It's basically like when you're spiraling at night.
Oh.
And so there's like 5 different topics of like what you might just overthink and spiral.
So
Okay.
were you
Yeah.
going through that? I'm assuming
Yeah.
life was just lifing.
Well, life be lifing pretty constantly. But a lot of the songs I actually wrote kind of like in the span of like 2 or 3 years. And then, I don't know, I just picked my favorites. And I was like, oh, they're all really sad. But I don't know. They're all like vulnerable in a nice way. Some of them tell stories. So just kind of ran with that for the project.
Okay.
So,
It's an amazing project, by the way.
thank you.
How many songs is it?
5.
5 songs. Okay.
Yeah.
And you just dropped a music video, right?
I did. I dropped a music video for the song Flossanova.
Oh, yeah.
I like that song.
Thank you.
That was
That
really
was a
good.
fun one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good
And I'm really
song.
proud of them. That's like the first project where I produced everything myself. So, and like recorded and everything. So,
What does that mean,
Really?
producing it yourself? Like, what goes into that?
yeah. So before I actually had like a producer, I kind of like thought that there was roles to play. So I thought of myself as just a singer, just a writer. I didn't produce my own stuff. And then I started producing my own things because it's more free that way.
Right.
So this was like the first collection of songs that I actually did like fully myself.
So was that like making the beat, the music, like
Yeah.
mixing it all together?
Not mixing and mastering.
Okay. That's a whole separate thing.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
Separate
hard for
thing.
me.
That's- I mean, hey, I'm sure. I mean, you definitely mixed it, but you know, you sent it over to like get mastered and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my besties does it. He's really good at it.
Oh.
We've been working together for a long time, so.
That's dope.
Oh, okay.
It's good to have. You know,
I know.
I do all my own stuff, and you know, like let's say, could you do it yourself?
Mixing?
Yeah, like could you do it yourself? Or is it one of those things you just kind of have to get out of the way and just be like, I can't do it right now?
Not for me.
I think that I have an understanding. I'm better at mixing my vocals to the music, but mixing the whole project as a whole, I'm lost.
It's tough.
I'm lost.
Because
yeah.
you're so personal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've been listening to you said, what, 2 years? You've kind of had these songs for a while. So it's like, once you lay that down, it's kind of hard to get out the way.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sometimes I end up liking the demo more just because I've heard it.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I like how my harmonies are really loud. And then you like hear it mixed and you're like, just kidding. This is so much better.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Speaking of 2 musicians right here, how do you ever know when something is like final and done? Because I feel like I would be working on something forever. Just head shakes over here.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
You just have to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
it.
I mean?
I feel like I would be re-uploading songs on Spotify all the time.
Yeah.
Like
That's
Yeah.
so real.
And
it's a thing. Okay,
Yeah,
it's a
such
thing.
you know, but I heard this thing that is like once you make a song, you write it. that's our babies, you know? We've been kind of nurturing these songs for a while, you know? Once we put it out, that's why it's called a release. It's a release where it's not ours anymore. So that's how you have to present it. It's like, it's not mine anymore. It's the world's. I've done everything I need to do to express what I wanted to express. And now it's the world's, you know?
That's a great mindset, because I know me, I would be uploading different versions every week. I hear it again. Didn't like that. I'm changing it, which is something you could do now, because back then you only had CDs and records, and it was really permanent when you release something. Now, you know, you can change a whole verse if you want to and re-upload a song.
See, the thing is, I don't listen to the song. Do you still listen to your songs once they're released? Once they're released?
So sometimes, I honestly, with this EP and the projects I'm working on, I've really tried to embrace the like simple is sometimes better type of thing. I have been like, okay, once I absolutely love my song and it's like bare bones demo and I'm getting frustrated with production, I'll show like maybe 2 or 3 people, see if they have ideas. And if I don't want to use them, then that's fine. But if I reach this point where I'm like, am I adding things because I should or because it needs it?
Right.
Like if I reach a point where I feel like I need to add things just because everyone around me says I should add a sub in an acoustic song, then like I think I reach a point where I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's done.
Because it doesn't make it better, it makes it different.
Yeah.
Some people just kind of want to, you know, and feedback is great. You know, I'm sure you're open to feedback, but you're right. You do have to trust yourself in a lot of these decisions.
I just don't want to hate my songs anymore.
Right.
Like you get to a point where you're over it by the time it's released, and I don't want to do that. I want to be excited because I'm gonna spam everybody online. So if I'm gonna upload it over and over again, I want to like it.
Right.
Like you gotta constantly push your music over and over. That must get tiring for sure as an artist. Like it's like, God damn it, I've heard the song 300 million times
for a couple months, for months and months.
I wonder how like Taylor Swift or somebody feels. They're probably just like
singing songs from when she's 16.
I know, like but like those are songs that are still playing too. So it's like, man, I'm tired of this mess.
And she's performing them.
Oh
man,
you know I
mean? Songs that.
How do you keep that thrill when you're like,
Yeah.
Have you been doing performances and stuff?
I haven't done one in over a year.
Okay.
But I think it's mostly because I don't have I didn't have a set vision of how I wanted to perform them. So any opportunity I had, I would do it. And they're always really fun.
Yeah.
A lot of the performances I did were kind of in between EDM sets.
Okay.
So
okay.
Like, guys, let's bring it down.
Right.
But I don't know. I have like an idea now of what I want to like show when I perform. So I'm trying to like do some more planning with it.
Okay. So future.
Yes.
Definitely coming soon.
Future. I'm trying to like plan almost like an art showcase event. That's like interactive art, but then also musical performances. So it's less of like, hey, come watch me sing, and more of like interactive art. Maybe some other artists around LA that don't do music are there, like showcasing their paintings and stuff. Maybe like you walk into a room and write something on a piece of paper and it's anonymous, and then there's like a showtime where you can stay or you can just keep walking around type of thing. So I'm trying to like plan that with some friends.
That's
and see
some
if
big brain energy. I like that a lot. That'll be really fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
That sounds amazing.
Feels very LA, New York kind of metropolitan city, Sex in the City kind of life. I like that. I like that a lot. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you do perform, what kind of performer are you? You standing there? Are you busting out the full choreography?
Oh my gosh.
What's happening?
I am so theatrical. So my ideas are always like very big and I don't know how to execute them yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
I actually grew up doing acting. So I did that until I was 18. Okay. So a lot of my songs and like performances kind of have like, not like a character separate from myself, but like if I'm getting sassy, like I'm gonna like embody that, you know?
Right.
So I do want some like musical numbers because I also danced as a kid and everything. And I think that'd be fun. I don't know, just get like a little weird on stage.
Yeah, get
You know?
weird, lock in, get lost, you
Yeah.
know?
I love
Slither
that.
around.
Yeah, whatever you
Slithering
feel,
around,
you know?
Yes, I will be there. That just sounds like a show to me. I'm like,
Right.
and you go to performances to see a show. You don't go to see, just somebody normal.
I'm trying
like,
to see somebody slither
you
up
want to
there.
see a performance like what Beyonce has, like Sasha Fierce, right?
Mhm.
So then
Yeah.
you have your whole little persona up there.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's
Devyn
pretty
Sawyer is
cool.
Devyn
Take
Sawyer.
over that stage.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how people are remembered.
Yeah.
You said, so you grew up dancing. Where did you grow up? Where are you from?
This is kind of like a half and half answer. So
Okay.
I grew up in Washington State,
Okay.
moved here when I was like 15, 16, and then finished growing up in Thousand Oaks,
Thousand
California.
Oaks.
So
Okay.
Okay.
a little half
West
and
Coast
half.
girl. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Washington, is it as gloomy as they say?
Girl,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, this must be a huge difference for you being in LA.
It was great. I was so vitamin D deficient when I moved here.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
like
my
I felt
goodness.
it. I was just like, wow, I'm suddenly so happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it is beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
I know I spent some time in Oregon and it's just beautiful up there, right?
Yeah.
But like, because all the rain and everything. But I
The
just,
trees.
I was like there for like 5 days and I was like, please, I need to go back. It's beautiful, but I gotta
Did it
get
rain every
back.
day?
Not every day, but it did rain often.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
It doesn't like heavy pour, at least from what I remember, it was like, but it was like sprinkles
It's like misty.
Like, all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not rain I'm willing to deal with. Florida
Yeah.
rain I would deal with, but
Mm.
this side of town
torrential
rain,
rains down there though. When they come, they come.
not all the time. Sometimes it just rains for a couple minutes in the middle of the day.
Yeah, but it's
Then you go about your
down.
business.
Kind of hurts.
Yeah.
Heavy rain.
I did kind of like the Twilight vibes though. Like, I think that
Yes.
Twilight is like,
know
they
what?
actually accurately portray that.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You're a
it.
fan, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Who wasn't a
I
fan
have
of
to be.
Twilight?
Had to
Come
be.
I
on.
represent.
Since you are a Twilight fan,
Yeah.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's important.
these are things I
This
need to
is gonna
know.
be such a weird answer.
Ooh,
As a kid, I had a friend who called dibs on Jacob
dibs is
and
crazy.
dibs on Edward.
What?
And I was actually Team Jasper.
Wow.
Jasper?
One
Who
of those
was
other
Jasper?
guys.
He
Right.
was like the weirdo who would like stare at you in the corner.
Wait,
what?
Like, I don't know why. I was just like, that's my favorite. Him and Alice, I was just like, I want a whole series on them too.
I
Interesting.
literally knew she was gonna say Jasper.
I'm sorry, I gotta Google.
I named my cat
The
after
one,
him.
the one. Remember,
Oh,
he was.
Jasper is your cat.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why
he
it came
stares
out.
at you.
So December, it's the one that
hilarious.
was that stared at people. Remember, he
Was
was
it
the
the-
new one. He was the new one, and they were like, "Oh, he's bloodthirsty because
Yeah.
that's why he's staring at you
And he's
because
like-
he's a new one." Yeah,
He's a new vampire?
he was like,
Wait.
yeah.
He was like,
He has a terrible backstory too. He's like,
Oh, this was his
war
brother, right?
veteran.
Edward's
Yeah.
brother?
the guy? Oh, yeah.
That's who you liked?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
wait, he was a stare. That's all he did. Did he have any lines in the movie?
He had like one.
So, not interested in who the movie was about at all. Just interested in the side character.
Yeah. I love the series. I watch it every year with my sisters
Every year.
because it's now just like so cringy that it's
Mm.
funny.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like now when I watch it, I'm like, girl, you don't deserve either of these men.
It's so that all I remember from that movie is she was extremely conflicted. Like,
Yeah.
her whole face the whole time she was just like.
Stressed out the whole. I don't think she smiled once in that movie.
That's why I couldn't do it. It gave me
Yeah.
anxiety.
But also, like, I don't know, living in Washington, you would know better than I would. Like, do you smile in that gloomy weather? These are things that I need to know.
Wow.
Like, I feel like I wouldn't be
Context,
smiling.
right? You're right. Okay, yeah, I'd be doing
Yeah.
this. She was always kind of cold a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
right.
Always cold.
Tell us, like, what is the life? Like, are you cold and upset all day?
The best description is like, you know, when it's like raining and you look at the window and you're just like, nobody understands me. Like that's like the day to day. That's how I felt.
Okay.
I was also like 13.
Fair
so-
enough. That's valid.
World is
one
crumbling
did
down on
understand.
me.
Yeah.
So do you have any musical influences from that state, that area, that time in your life?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I really embraced the sad girl vibes.
Okay.
Also, this was like peak Tumblr. So it was just perfect
wow.
timing. It was
Oh,
like
my
1975, Lana.
Interesting.
There also is like this, like folk music was really big when I was living there. I don't know if you've heard of the Paper Kites. They're
That
very
sound-
like,
It's familiar.
I've never heard of
They're
them.
folky.
yeah, they're like kind of folk,
Hmm.
maybe borderline country. I don't know. They just kind of like,
Sound cool.
Are they good?
I loved them.
Okay.
I don't listen to them
The
as much
Paper
anymore,
Kites.
but
The paper cuts?
it was very like flower
Paper
crown
Kite.
vibes.
paper cuts.
She said the
Okay.
paper cuts.
Sorry.
Right? Paper kites.
Kites, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I will definitely have to check out the Paper Kites because it's your inspiration. I like your music. I want to hear more about your flow. So we have another question for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, what? Tell me about like how you started in music. What was it like when you first started music?
Ooh.
What
Okay,
made you
so
start music?
Oh,
like seriously, or when I was like,
Let's
this
go
is
when you were a
cool.
kid.
Okay.
Tell me it all. I want it all.
Okay, so the story is,
yeah.
so I focused on acting until I was 18. That was kind of like the main career choice I wanted to do. But I always also did like competitive dance. So I kind of thought dancing, singing was like an asset to help me in acting. Like, oh yeah, I can also do this, so I can get more roles playing these. But I always did like, I was that girl that was like, everybody, for Thanksgiving, I'm putting a concert on.
What?
You know, like I was that girl.
That girl.
Okay.
I don't know that girl.
Yeah, like I would like make dance routines and sing with my friends. So it was always like a fun thing. And then when I was in 6th grade, my dad had like a gaming laptop and he had, I think it was like FL Studios or something on it.
yeah.
Or yeah, and he just started being like, go make some stuff. So I ended up, okay, I really wanted to be like the next Nicki Minaj.
That's
So
a
you
thing.
was
Wait,
rapping.
you were about to, you were going
Oh,
to rap?
yeah.
You were rapping?
Yeah. So in like 6th grade, I had these YouTube songs of me like sing rapping.
Shut up.
It was like
Yazzie.
a really.
We gonna
Hella
need
intrigued.
DJ Yaz.
Yeah.
We gonna need an instrumental.
Oh,
No,
my
I got you,
I got you, I
goodness.
got
Wait,
you.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was a cute little moment. It was
Okay.
also a thing where YouTube was like kind of
Fresh.
just getting like big and stuff. So I was into this weird community. There was like this girl, like Lil Minzy or something. She was just like a 16-year-old who would upload these rap songs to like random instrumentals. And I found her and I was like 12 at the time. And I was like, this girl's so cool. So I started doing them too. And then I got into K-pop.
Wait, hold on. Are those videos still on YouTube though?
Not for the public anymore.
DJ Yaz,
All
do the
right.
research.
Right. We might have to find
Put it up on the
I'll
screen.
show you guys.
Pull it up on YouTube.
They're
Okay.
so cute.
They're private
I'm like,
now.
who am I rapping about? I'm not brokenhearted. I'm 12.
Oh my! So it was still sad girl music, but to rap.
Kinda, yeah.
Sad girl,
Yeah.
sad girl raps.
Interesting. Okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah, good old Washington raps. I like
Yeah.
that. Rainy raps.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
started, I don't know, I
Maybe
started to get more like serious into it when I was actually, yeah, I got more serious into it when I was like 17, 18. And I kind of just had a moment where I was like, do I want to full dive into this acting realm or like
Yeah.
this realm of art?
Right.
And so I kind of ended up going to, I went to Santa Barbara for music.
What's Santa Barbara? What?
Santa Barbara Community College.
Oh, they have a
Nice.
music program.
Yeah.
You don't seem so sure about it.
Sorry, I'm like
I think.
it was cute. I don't think that it was like what I was going for. It mainly is kind of more classical. So there's like
Okay.
guitar and piano, and there's like a songwriting class in theory, but it kind of wasn't. There was a lot of kids there who like wanted to be in like an orchestra or something like that, and I wanted to like more songwrite and stuff. But I did meet some cool people, and then honestly, it just takes like one or two people to be like, I make music too, and then you feel
That's facts.
less like
Right.
weird,
Right.
and then it's more fun to just create with them. And yeah, I worked with like the same two people on music for 5-ish years, and then during that I also came to Icon, and then I was like, wait, I can do this myself.
So Icon was like a better school for you would say?
And yeah, it kind of like helped me figure out what I was doing. I was like definitely pursuing music before Icon, but it really was like, I don't know how to describe this. When you start doing music, it is just so fun and free. And then you start to get into like the details of it, and you're like, okay, there's some business things I need to pay attention to. And that was the part where I was like kind of in La La Land. I was like, well, I can just upload, and one day someone's gonna find it and it's gonna blow up. And it's like, no, you
Right.
kind of need to put the work in. So it was kind of more like, let's amp it up a little bit.
You've definitely been putting the work in though.
Yeah,
For sure. I mean,
trying.
I see on Instagram the content is you got to teach me.
Thank you.
I mean, we can
What's
do
up
a
with
whole
content
nother
there?
class like on just her
Yeah.
content. Just amazing. You really know who you are as an artist, and
Thanks.
I respect it. You know.
Definitely have
Thank
a
you.
brand on there for sure, which is what you need these days
Yeah,
to really stand out as a musician, you know?
Hey,
I'm
I-
trying.
and I know so much.
Wow.
Just from watching these, I know who your cat is. You have a cat named
yeah.
Jasper.
Jasper
You
and
have
Kiki.
you have
And
some
Kiki, Jasper,
Yeah.
two
you have some
cats.
reptiles in there, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
some
All right. Tell me about
reptiles.
your reptiles. Tell me about your pets. How many pets do you have?
Okay, so I have 2 cats and then a leopard gecko and a snake.
Wow.
Interesting.
I used to have 9 reptiles,
What?
Wow.
but I moved. So
What?
I only took 2 with me. But
Wow.
they're my little babies.
Wait, what do they eat? Crickets, roaches?
Mice.
My leopard gecko eats a bunch of different worms, crickets, and then my snake eats mice.
Wow.
So you're just dangling all that stuff in front of them. Like, oh, there you go.
Yeah. She's a sweetheart. She's like the nicest snake ever. She just like hangs out on me. I'll
So
be
you
like,
just
"Do
hang out
music."
with her
She
and
just-
she's just cool.
yeah.
Wow.
So she
Kitty.
bites the head off of a mouse, right?
Right. She's
Girls gotta eat.
This is valid. This is.
You know what? You know what's so funny? It's just because I feel like, at least for growing up for me, especially in a African American household, having like reptiles or anything like that is like out of the
Absurd.
picture.
Black
It's
parents
like,
never allow
you know,
that.
so
absurd.
like I think that's why they're so fascinated with you. Like they're like, so they lived in the home
with you.
with you.
I didn't get into reptiles until the pandemic.
Really?
Oh, really?
I don't know, like, yeah, I had like a pond in my old backyard too. I had like turtles
Wow.
and fish and everything, and I had like I had frogs.
You had
at
your
one
own little
point.
personal pond.
Yeah,
That's so cute.
I basically had a petting zoo. I tried to like save a lot of animals from Petco that were like dying, but
See,
that got really depressing. So
I can
Wait,
see that.
I was like, no, let's not
I
stop.
did that too, but I was saving the little rats, and my
Oh.
mother hated it. Like, I
Oh,
would
I
get
know
those
she
little
hated it.
those little white rats.
That's
and
who. That's
That's who it. Your guys eating them. I'm
Right?
saving them.
right. They're the white ones, right?
I'm so sorry.
We are working against each other.
It was me that was killing them. I'm sorry.
Save them from me.
Right.
No, I get you. I love a little hamster or something like that that I
Yeah.
come across in the pet shop. But yeah, like Yasmin said, black parents and reptiles. That and like for my mom, it was like tarot cards and reptiles. Like, what are you bringing in this house? Like, do not
Right.
bring that mess in this house.
Ouija boards.
No, I wouldn't even
Yeah,
think.
Ouija boards is not a thing. You don't bring that in the house.
Ouija boards.
That's why I'm like, how do people keep finding them in basements on movies? Like people really have them?
Yeah,
Have you ever
that's why I
played with
don't
one
go
before?
I
in
have.
basements.
Girl,
I have stories. They're
girl,
not
tell
good.
me.
I've done it once.
Because I'll never
I'm like,
touch
are we
one.
gonna get into this?
I'll
You
never
should
touch one.
not
I will
touch
never
them.
tell
My
you.
parents always told me like never do it. Like
And you said,
never. I grew up Catholic too, so they're like,
oh,
don't
wow.
mess with that. But you know, as
You
a
s-
child, you're
As
just
a
like,
child.
Anything they say
Yeah.
don't do, you're going to do. Like,
I'm
why
like,
should
whatever.
I?
movies?
I loved horror movies.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
still do, but at the time, my sister and I, we like weirdly only watched horror movies with our friends. And then I had a neighbor, and she was like, "Let's like make our own," and we did, and we played with it.
You,
like,
I'm sorry, you
They
made your
made it.
own?
yeah,
Made their own portal.
yeah, yeah.
That
And we
crazy?
played with it like every week for like a couple weeks, and
Talking to who?
don't
Talking
know.
to
Okay,
Jeffrey.
this is where it got really weird because her
Right.
brother started acting really strange, and we were like, "Oh, okay," haha. And then he started to tell us that he was doing it by himself, and we're like, "Oh, like
he
whatever."
was in there having
like,
friends and stuff.
you're just trying to scare us and stuff. And then he told us all about this guy that hurt himself in their house, and then we looked it up, and the man was real. and
my
then
goodness.
I don't really know what happened. They just moved out of the blue. They just like moved, and I never talked to her again. I'm Facebook friends with her,
They
but
probably had to move.
Wow,
They
look
probably
at
had
you.
to
You
move.
creating portals.
my mom got so mad at me. She was like, "Don't you
I
ever
told
do that
you.
again." Yeah.
That grown man is living in that young boy's body now.
Yeah.
He is taking over.
Yeah.
He said, well, we're Facebook friends. So I'll send him
See,
a
so
post.
you
Yeah, wish you the best.
Hope he's well.
I hope.
Right. You exactly created a portal for this man to be taking
Right.
over a child's body.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, did you ever buy, like, can you buy a Ouija board in stores?
You can.
You can.
I've done it.
Where do you buy it
They
at?
I
used to
didn't
sell
buy
them
it.
at
Target?
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where
Like,
I.
it's a toy.
Yes.
But if you
It's
do it
not
the
a
right
toy.
way.
It's not a toy.
Isn't that crazy?
It's not a
I
toy.
don't know about that, y'all.
It's not a toy. When I did it, I remember when I did it. Okay, let me be clear.
Mm.
I didn't do it. I was just in the room. I was in the corner.
That's
I'm,
enough.
I'm the guy
That's
that's
enough.
like,
That's
I ain't
enough.
gonna touch it. I'm
You
just
still
over here.
participated.
That's
Yeah,
just-
that's enough.
You know what I mean?
The spirit sees the whole room and says, all y'all are
So
involved.
nah, to me, I feel like the spirit just kind of sees who's around the board.
No, that's not it.
And I'm like, and I just remember it, the lights shut off, the ceiling fan started rocking. Never saw me again in that room.
What
No,
are you talking
absolutely
about?
not.
They stayed in there too the whole
They,
night.
who is they? Who are you hanging out with?
They. They.
Are
He's
we
from
talking-
Indiana.
I'm from Indiana. Yeah, you forgot.
They?
Yeah, they.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they was
goodness.
having a good old time, and I got out of there. And
A good old
moral of the
time.
story
That's
is,
crazy.
don't create
Don't do
portals. Don't do it. Don't create portals. Okay,
Dude.
No need.
because then you're gonna have to move, sell all your stuff. Demons follow you guys.
Yes.
They don't just have your address and be looking for you. You know what I mean?
They follow your
Oh
soul.
my God, you're
Probably-
right. A
Yeah,
demon
what
is
is
going
moving
to
gonna
follow
do?
you everywhere
What's moving
you
gonna
go.
do?
They do not. The first GPS trackers were demons.
That's hilarious. Wow.
Right,
Share
wow.
my location with the demons.
No, that ass.
It's over.
No thanks.
That's why your homeboy is fucked for life.
Yeah. That's why you ain't my
Wishing the
homeboy.
best. I'm so sorry.
Can we call him up?
Seriously.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Hey, we have so and
We
so on the line.
haven't-
Fuck. So, with your EP that just came out,
Yeah.
tell me first a couple of questions. So, first question, what was your most emotional, deep song on there? The one you really shed some skin, some tears.
Most tears in that mattress.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know?
I kind of have like two that are tied because they were written at different times. But yeah, I think, okay, so I think my songwriting is really geared towards being openly vulnerable. I think that I have nothing like to hide. So if someone just asks me a question, I have no problem like telling them how I felt or what I was going through. I think that music is like fun when you create characters and like stories, but I also think that being vulnerable is like really freeing. So a lot of that EP is kind of just touching on different subjects. So I think that the last song, Feel Bad, that one is so dramatic.
Oh.
It's so dramatic. I even went in with like the violins and everything just to like,
Really capture
I'm like,
that.
I want you
pull
guys
it
to
out.
cry
Yeah.
with me.
Violins always make you cry for some reason.
Pull it
That
out
one's
of you.
kind of like
Always.
a very like when you're just so low and you're just like, God, like you're on your knees and you're like, oh. That was kind of the vibe of it. And it's like, don't you feel bad? Don't you want to say sorry type of thing? You know, when like people kind of do you wrong or do something and they just say what you want to hear, not exactly meaning like, hey, I'm sorry. Or sometimes people will just walk away and not ever touch on it. And to them, it's nothing. But to you, it's like, man, I held that with
everything.
me for a couple years.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you just like, that's not even on your radar. That was kind of the vibe of that song. Because that one, okay, actually, I was going to go into what I wrote the songs about. But I kind of like the interpretation that I've heard from some people.
Okay.
Oh.
Just because some of the songs I've written on that EP, I wrote about something that other people thought. So that last
Okay.
song can kind of be interpreted in like multiple ways. So I'm like, whatever it relates to, whoever you're talking to,
Right.
Yeah.
okay,
I love that.
go for that.
I love
But then
that.
also, I think the second song, 222, that one was actually kind of what kicked off this like that era of making the EP.
Okay.
I like didn't know what I was doing music wise, and I just had to reinvent myself musically. I stopped working with a producer and realized that I wasn't really making music that was my music. I was making music that would be popular.
Right.
Right.
So that song, I actually stayed up until 3 a.m. until I was like so tired, and I just like recorded a song like da 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 da. Immediately went to sleep, didn't listen to it for like 2 days, and then I was like, wait, I like this melody.
Those are the best
And
songs. That's
yeah,
how the best songs
It's
come
my
out.
favorite song I've written so far.
Wow.
Yeah. And that one's very like when you overthink yourself in the stance of a relationship romantically, and you're like, you can hurt me and I'll still feel sorry. And like, I'll still be like, well, maybe I'm just a mess.
Right.
And that's why you're doing this. Or maybe that's why I feel this way because I'm a mess. When it's like, that's not fair to yourself. But it's kind of like that acknowledging spiral of when you're just like, what's going on? What's going on? So,
Most of us have been there at some point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Extremely relatable. I mean, and just
tears
you
in
know,
that mattress, man.
right.
Ooh.
And so I just, and the album just, it felt so personal. It felt like you literally wrote the album on your mattress, like sitting,
Yeah.
like just, you know, like I love your songwriting. Your songwriting is
you.
extremely vulnerable. And, you know, I know you a little bit. We kind of know each other a little bit, you know. So, you know, I feel like I kind of know sometimes what you're writing about, which is
Yeah.
cool. But yeah,
I think you were
really-
like firsthand hearing the stories as I was writing them
yeah,
out. So.
yeah. Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
when they were happening. So,
That's cool.
So yeah, I mean, an amazing EP.
Thank
And the
you.
video is just incredible. Shout out to Kylie. too.
Yeah. That was a fun video.
Yeah.
It was also so last minute.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think planned it in a day, executed it in like 2 days.
Wow. It was dope. Weren't you guys like on the beach with a mattress?
Yes.
How
We
okay.
caught sunrise for the beach shoot with a mattress.
Did you like haul a mattress out there with with what?
Yes.
With what?
Oh my gosh.
Tied to
We
it?
get
thought
into
we
the
were
top of
gonna
the car.
It was so windy the day that we decided to go. Like we were getting alerts on our phones that it was high
like
winds.
wind
Oh,
advisory.
snap.
And we just did not we didn't secure it on the roof correctly.
Oh no.
Like multiple times when we picked up the mattress, it was like flying up on the freeway and roadside assistance was like following us for like
What?
No
and he
way.
stopped us like 3 times to try to help us. And then the next day when we tried going to the beach, it was so windy we had to pull over and redo everything, and the mattress just flew off and it like smacked Kylie, and we were like, oh my God, we have to cancel the whole idea because this is like dangerous. But then we ended up securing it, drove to the
Right.
beach.
Wait,
Anything
was
for
this
the-
whole
somebody's
adventure.
actual mattress that they took
Right.
back home to sleep on?
We found it was clean, thankfully.
Yeah.
But we found like a free twins or full size mattress.
Okay.
On Offer Up or something.
online. Okay.
And then-
you're sleeping with the sand fleas.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
like. It's been in the freeway, the sand, the beach.
Oh, we wrapped it in a bunch of plastic.
Okay, let's
so
say like now it's got to go back to somebody's bed.
Right.
Dang.
yeah. The plan was to like float in the ocean with it, but then the more research we did, we were like, if
Does
the
the mattress
mattress does get wet,
Yeah.
It's
it is so heavy.
oh yeah.
And we're like, no, we can't do that. So,
it's over at that point.
I like the thinking though.
yeah.
I for some reason think it would just sink right when it starts getting soaking
Yeah.
wet and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But
But-
that's a cute idea though. That
Yeah.
could have been fun.
Mhm.
Maybe CGI or something like that one day.
Right.
One day.
right.
One day,
Yeah.
right.
We'll get
I can't
there.
do that, but somebody can do that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They did a bare mattress. It was no sheets on it. So they had
Oh no, we
right.
had sheets.
I thought you didn't. I thought you
Yeah,
had
didn't it
bare
like-
for a little bit, and then some of it had sheets on there. It was the whole time.
I think
Yeah.
I feel like I saw like
I'm
a pillow.
Don't worry,
and
I'm still a
blanket,
fan. I watched it.
We want we were gonna do like an air mattress, but we just really wanted that like thick
Yeah, I feel you.
mattress look.
I don't know.
It ended up
air
being-
It's like the
mattresses got
tiers of
some
the mattress.
Whole
looks.
adventure,
You know
though.
what you could have done too is I don't know. Well,
A pool.
possibly, but
That
what if you
could-
actually got the mattress super wet? Well, I guess you wouldn't be able to.
See, the problem is we just didn't want to litter
exactly
because we were like, are we supposed to haul a soaking wet mattress back onto the car?
Then it'd be dripping all
At
over the car.
8 in the morning.
just
Yeah, you
horrendous.
can't just leave it on the beach. I feel you.
Yeah.
Somebody would be living on that mattress though. This is California.
Sure, when
Yeah.
it's soaked, oof.
I
it's
mean, it'll
tough.
dry up in the sun and then somebody's new home.
Very true.
But to be fair, you don't want to litter. Don't litter.
We don't
Don't
litter.
let it.
But if you have to,
Yeah.
just kidding. Don't.
For the art, okay?
Right.
Just for the arts.
If you're an artist,
For the
you
arts.
have to.
Right.
Just
the
kidding. Do
vision.
not do that. So that EP, that was, as you explained it, it was a whole story. That was a whole like years worth of work.
Yeah.
Going into one. So now that that era is posted out there, complete. Where are we going now with it all?
Oh, we're having fun now.
Ooh.
We're having so much fun. Just because naturally, I think I'm pretty dramatic. There is still some like essence of sad girl vibes, but it's less crying under my sheets.
Okay.
Now, like my next single that I have coming up is actually very like, all right, get it out of your system. Now get up off the floor because now we're doing some seductive revenge vibes.
Seductive
Um,
revenge.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
I have some like R&B, a little Doja Cat vibe.
Ooh.
That's what I've heard some
Ooh.
people say. And then we're kind of merging our way into like a kind of whimsical era. So definitely still some like orchestral elements,
Okay.
more having fun with the kind of nerdy side that I like. Fairies,
Right.
sirens, the storytelling of all that.
Okay.
I have a song called Anna Lee that's very like, let's sit around the campfire, let me tell you a story.
Ooh.
And it's a little haunting. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm excited. It's more like fun. I'm trying to build a world right now. So
So you have a lot of different sounds from what I've gotten so far. How would you classify yourself? Like what genre of music? If you had to choose one.
Ooh.
That's tough.
I know.
That's tough.
I think that my vocal style's R&B. Musically, maybe like a mix of R&B and bedroom pop.
Bedroom pop.
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
I could definitely agree with that.
You know bedroom,
Bedroom pop is like, you want to try to describe it?
Do you know who Biba Doobie is?
Oh, that's who y'all was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Got
Or
it.
like-
Bedroom
I don't know how
pop.
to like describe it.
I think it could be
Billie
like-
Eilish bedroom pop.
Not anymore.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna
Early
say.
stuff.
I think like where you would literally what you would imagine, like making stuff in your room. I don't know. To me, it seems like very more raw, not like as like produced out,
Yeah.
and it also feels like not necessarily intimate, but like, you know, they call it people like bedroom producers when they're in a room, but I feel like when you make bedroom pop, you have like that kind of vibe going on to it. It's just, I don't know, it just feels less produced and more like.
Are we talking like Moo, Doja Cat?
Nah, maybe.
No,
have you heard of Haley Knox? She reminds
she's
to
great.
me.
I
I feel
love
like
Haley Knox.
bedroom pop
Yeah.
because she does like this looper machine where she
Yeah.
uses her own vocals and stuff, and then she'll sing over it. So it kind of, I don't know, it gives
I
me like more of
see.
that
So
type of
it's-
feel.
I would
Is
do
it like the
this.
production? Are we talking the actual sounds, like the
I don't know.
I think-
Well, I used to say that it was more R&B alternative,
okay.
but then I had a lot of people tell me that I'm not using alternative correctly. So I'm like, I don't
whatever.
know at this point.
No,
Genres are hard.
the
Right.
best way I would describe it is this, okay? Like, let's say you have roommates,
Mhm.
okay? And you're making music.
And they were roommates. Sorry. Sorry.
You got roommates and you don't want to make too much noise. You still got people living around you. So you're still making pop music, but you're using a softer voice. You're using softer instruments. It's a little bit softer, but it's still pop. That's the way I would look at it.
Yeah.
When I
can
think
see
of
that.
bedroom pop, I always, it makes me feel like I'm in a bedroom that
Yeah.
I'm trying to be respectful of everyone around me.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm like visually, I'm trying to portray like if there was a room with like a bunch of windows and you're like, what's in this one? What's in this one? That's kind of like, I want you to fully dive into that and then go back and then like fully dive into this one and stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's
You're
kinda
inviting
weird.
people to come into this room with you.
Yeah.
Instead of,
It's still vulnerable.
Yeah.
You can sit on the floor and enjoy. You can
Yeah.
interact. But it's
Okay.
also like, I have some more stuff where you can like kind of dance too.
Dance, yeah.
So
Well, see, the beautiful thing about it all is that, you know, especially in today's time, is that you don't really have to niche down into something.
Yeah.
You know, you can be all these things and still be
Right.
you.
yeah.
Right.
You know, that's who you are. You're you. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's so tricky, honestly. There was a long time where I thought that I needed to have one solid character and like
Yeah.
one solid thing and run with that
Yeah.
for like ever.
Yeah.
And I ended up hating it.
Yeah, I mean, embrace your eras.
yeah.
That's really what it is. I mean, just go smooth like water. You know?
Yeah.
Just be you.
Expression.
Yeah.
I think that that's dope because it's like a lot about what the culture is. Sometimes I find myself explaining it again, and I feel like it's how your identity or how you grew up or your own influences impact your music or your art or whatever you're making. And it feels like everything that you said, whatever era you're in, whether it's like you watching anime or you and your cats or this and that, it's like influencing whatever you're going into. And I know earlier I had asked you about some of your favorite music artists too.
Yeah.
And we actually,
Oh no.
yeah, we actually have a game that centers around this whole idea. So we have two games that we're going to have you play today. We're going to start with, I say it's like the easier one. But I don't know. We'll see. But it's called Letter Roulette.
Letter roulette.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you a letter, right?
Okay.
And with that letter, you're going to name as many artists as you can, starting with that letter in 60 seconds. I think it's 60, right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
This letter for
My mind's
me,
gonna go so blank.
Right.
They can
It
help
sure
you.
is.
They can help you.
We will attempt.
Yeah. So I
But do we
think-
have to go against her too at the end? Or
It's
it's
up to
just her?
y'all.
Because this is a competition.
You guys
I need those.
Right, exactly. I need those names.
Oh my gosh, these are so silly. But this letter to me, I'm gonna let you guys do last names as well that start with this letter.
It must
Okay.
be like a
God damn it,
X.
X.
I'm like already thinking and you haven't even said anything. I'm like,
So let me give you the rules first, and then you go off of what I say. So I'm gonna say the letter. Then I'm going to say ready, set, go. When I say go, the timer starts.
and all of us are saying,
Yeah, but they're going to give you a little bit of time so you can
Well,
start.
It's
They'll know when
mainly you. We'll just throw
We
them
gonna
in
let you
there
blank
if
for a
you need a
while.
little assistance. We'll throw- yeah.
Right. It's gonna
It's like 30
Literally.
seconds have passed. All right. Are
'Cause
you
we all
guys
gotta
ready?
go through it, you know?
Ready?
Okay.
Hey, let's get it.
The letter is I.
Oh, plot twist.
I. Ready, set, go.
NDRE. Isley Brothers.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Irene. She's a K-pop artist.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Idina Menzel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Enrique Iglesias.
That's an E.
I said eyes at the end. That's why I said last
Oh,
name too.
wow.
So,
Okay, okay.
Go ahead. What were you about to say?
Hold on. I think I know about Spanish.
Isaiah Rashad.
Okay.
Okay.
Ice tea.
Ice Spice.
Ice Cube.
Hey. What's the other guy's name? Vanilla Ice.
Oh, okay. Now we cooking. All right. Let's see. And last names too. I don't know why I asked that. I don't
Billie
know.
Eilish. Oh, that's E.
Yeah.
Sounds like
That, I thought
Time
Okay.
is
No.
up.
That was rough.
So fast as
That was
rough.
That was pretty rough, y'all.
much better.
I think it was better. It was good for an
That
eye.
was good for
That's
an
why I
eye.
said the last names too, but I think you guys forgot that part.
All right, well, you got another one that we didn't say?
Do you guys want another letter or what? What's up?
We'll do another letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
The letter is going to be F.
Okay.
F. Ready, set, go.
Frank Ocean.
I was going to say that.
Frank Sinatra.
Ooh.
The
Flume.
Fray. Isn't that like a band?
That is.
Yeah.
Fair.
What'd you say, Devin?
Flume.
Flume. Okay.
Okay.
What about
Hmm.
I haven't said nothing. Fat Albert.
Oh. Is that a PH?
Hey,
or is that
hey,
an
he's
F?
an artist.
There is a soundtrack out there for
There
him.
it
Okay.
definitely is.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe. There you go. There you go. Phineas.
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas?
No, Phineas.
Phineas will be P.
Huh?
No, Phineas is F. It's Billie Eilish's brother.
There you
Keep
go.
going. You guys don't have enough time.
Fine.
I don't know. Artists.
French Montana.
Okay.
French
French
Montana,
Montana,
yeah.
yes.
What about, I don't know who that guy is. Frou. No.
Oh, the
Time
rock band.
is
Yeah.
up, y'all.
All right.
There's a lot of people. I
This
Y'all,
goddamn game.
You know what? We were doing better on other ones,
I don't
unfortunately.
think so. I think we do about the same.
Honestly,
All right, we got time for one
Like-
more.
about
Talk about we do
We got-
better. We know.
You guys, we got time for one more game.
Okay.
Just for Devin. Okay.
Okay, just for Devin, then I'm going to pick this. All right. So
Oh no.
this one is called Name That Song. So for this game, you have lifelines. The lifelines are genre, gender, decade, chorus, and hometown. And what that means is if you ever get stuck on it, let's say you're 30 seconds in, you might want to call on one of those lifelines. So I'm going to read the lyrics to you,
Okay.
then I'm going to start the timer,
Okay.
and then you try to guess who or what the song is. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
This is the lyrics. During the summer, take me sailing out on the Atlantic. I won't set my sights on other seas. There is no need to panic. So, honey, take me by the hand and we can sign some papers. Forget the invitations, floral arrangements, and bread makers. Go.
Oh girl.
Great songwriting.
We never
Is it
got a
Banks?
description that long.
Nope.
Really? It's always.
Hey, you got it.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait, what did you say first?
Thanks.
And then you said all banks?
Always?
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what song it is?
No.
Cool.
But I know how it
She
goes.
won.
You got
She
it.
won.
You
Give
got
it to
that.
her.
Yeah. It's called Archie Marry Me.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, good job.
Did you-
Clap it up for
I know how the
Devin.
melody went.
I would say, did you guess that off of the lyrics or like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, the melody.
She
Love
ate that.
Okay, well, killing it. I mean, this whole interview was fantastic. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging with us and telling us about your new EP and the new evolution you have coming with all your music.
Yeah.
Very
So
excited.
So excited, Devyn.
Yeah. Thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
Of course. That's all of our time for today's episode of the Coulture Podcast. Once again, I'm December.
I'm Shinye.
I'm Devyn.
Thank you so much for joining us, and see you next week. Check out the Coulture Podcast, Season 1, streaming on all platforms.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we drop a new episode.